Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Halvu, and this is the Halvu Motovlog. Welcome, everybody. Today's Friday morning where I am right now. I'm recording this. I am off work today. I usually take off work the day before I go on a vacation just so I can not be stressed, just so I can have all the time I need to just mentally, physically, logistically prepare myself for vacation, do all my packing, take care of the house, clean up the house a bit, go on whatever errands I need to do. So generally, I'll do that before vacation. I'm going to Kalispell, Montana for the next 7 or 8 days. Glacier National Park. I'm meeting up my family there. I generally meet up my family once a year and we go on vacation. This year we were supposed to go to Portugal. That was scheduled in May. Literally bought all the tickets and made all the accommodations and everything. And then you know what happened. And so I guess we just canceled all that. We had some airfare credits, so we're just doing something a little more local, a little more stateside. And Glacier National Park hopefully is a beautiful trip. Definitely is going to be a beautiful trip. So we'll see how flying is with the COVID situation. That's going to be very interesting. I understand that public transportation is a pretty risky thing. A lot of people, would not travel at this time. But I think now if you're into the national park thing, there's almost never been a better time to visit national parks. I know we went to Yosemite before in one of the vlogs. And honestly, guys, if you guys have ever been to Yosemite in the summertime, it is like theme park crowded, especially in the valley, especially in all the places where, you're just parking and looking at beautiful things. It's crazy. There are traffic jams and getting out of the park can take hours in some situations, especially on a weekend, holiday weekend. It's absolutely like very stressful even, I would say. So to be able to go to a national park now, it's almost like there's no one there, guys. So it's really crazy. So keep that in mind. It's going to be interesting to see how many people are wearing masks in the park. I'm always kind of been interested in that as I've been going out, especially towards these nature-related activities. When I go out to the coast or when I go to the mountains, anything active like that, some people aren't just wearing masks out there, and I know that can rub people the wrong way. I know that I went with my friend hiking, and she had her mask on, and I had my mask with me, but I was just like, it was early in the morning, so I didn't have it on. And we passed some people, and some people in the early in the morning, weren't wearing masks. I would say in the morning, there were about 70% of the people we passed were not wearing masks. And then I did get some girl upset later on in the day. It was like 10 a.m. I didn't have my mask on, and it was a group of 3 girls, and they each put their mask on as they walked past us. And then the third one kind of like rolled her eyes, and she made a little comment about, I think she was like, "Are you kidding?" Or no, this is what she did. She stopped in the middle of the trail and she said, she did that. She said, and it was very long and drawn out. And, I had stepped to the side for her. It's a relatively small trail, but there were like rocks and boulders that, I can hop on and just move out of people's way. And, she was clearly annoyed and just, I guess, wondering why I didn't have my mask on. So that was kind of interesting. Definitely my bad for not wearing a mask, but, she was pretty vocal about it, so I found that interesting. So if you guys have any interesting COVID-19 stories, please share those in the comments below. I would love to know, what everyone is going through in this time. Certainly, the mask is important to stop the spread, to protect yourself, to protect others. But crazy times we're living in. Again, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone is staying healthy, counting your blessings, being very grateful for the things you have, even if it's a very low time for you. I promise things will get better. So with that, what's going on locally here in California? Well, it's the fires. It's fire season here in California. And for anyone in the West Coast, really probably is going to be affected by this. And I feel like this is becoming a yearly thing. If not, it's almost definitely a yearly thing in terms of, yes, there are fires every year, but I think some years are worse than others. And so far, they've just started, I think, this year because we had a heat wave. The past week, we had 3 days that were really high here in Sacramento, at least over 105, 3 consecutive days. And it was a big deal. I think there was a state of emergency declared by the governor. And for me, our work shut down at 3 o'clock every day from Monday through Wednesday because they were trying to save energy. It's that peak hot time. They were rolling blackouts for the first time in like 30 years, if I remember the headlines correctly. And just going outside, guys, for those of you who are from the West Coast, I don't have to explain this, but for those of you who don't live in places where like fires are a normal thing in the summer, it's pretty crazy. The sky is just completely gray and overcast, and you would normally think if you're inside, oh, it's just a cloudy day, but really it's just smoke on the horizon and just ash, and just like it changes the entire atmosphere. There's literally ash flying in the air. If you go outside and you do some kind of physical activity, you will feel it in your lungs. If you're sensitive to like air quality, you're definitely going to feel it. You know, they suggest you stay inside for sure. In the morning, it makes the sun burn this really beautiful reddish orange that you don't typically see all the time. And, you know, just I had to cover the motorcycle. I bought a little motorcycle cover from Amazon for my first bike. It was very cheap. It was under $40, and it just got the job done. For me, it's probably not the most, you know, weather resistant thing, but just in terms of keeping it dust free and out of the sun, you know, it does wonders. So I haven't really ever used it since I got my first bike. I was like super stoked about the first bike, and I was like, I'm gonna put a cover on it, but you know, it's just too much hassle to use it every day, and I didn't, you know, care that much. But now with the dust, it's definitely a necessity, I think. So I haven't been riding it, guys, because there's just the air quality is so bad. I haven't been exercising outside. I haven't been going for my morning walk. I've been doing jump roping outside in the morning. I haven't been able to do that. I tried that once, and it was just real tough afterwards. I just felt it in my throat and in my lungs, and I was just like, I'm not going to do that again until the weather clears up. And riding the motorcycle, I saw some people riding motorcycles, one dude actually, and I was like, I don't know how he's doing that, because when you're riding a motorcycle, I mean, you can shut the vent to your helmet, right? But it's still putting a decent amount of air, I feel like, in the helmet, and you're just kind of breathing it like directly. As in a car, you can turn on the recycled air, but you don't really have that option on a motorcycle, you know? You're just kind of breathing it all in. So hopefully when I come back, it'll be motorcycle riding time. But today's footage, guys, is just going to be footage of me going back to the coast. Last Saturday, it was a beautiful day. I looked up the weather before I went this time. It was sunny, 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 and I didn't really think about it. I just went. I just packed a little bit and I went, and it was beautiful. The only thing was somehow the GoPro it got knocked a little bit when I maybe like put the helmet down or kind of bumped it against something, and it just tilted the camera ever so slightly. And now the footage is basically just kind of ruined in a motovlog sense, because for me, I really want the motovlog to show at least some of the bike, at least the dash of the bike. That way, it's that true first-person view, and it just makes the leans and the turns much more dramatic. It can feel like you're there, and you know, we completely lost that this time around. So I'm very, very sorry about that, guys. But I just couldn't let go of this footage because it was such a beautiful day. You know, that's why I went to get this sunny, beautiful coastline footage. And then I dropped the ball on the motovlog footage. So I'm super bummed about that. I promise I will be more diligent about checking my footage and checking the camera angles when I'm on my little trips, especially when there's, you know, a lot to be gained with the beautiful scenery. So, you know, I'll be more cognizant about that. I'm generally just kind of set it and forget it when it comes to the GoPro. My main mission is honestly not to get cinematography down. My main mission is to just enjoy myself and learn the motorcycling and stay safe, you know. But definitely, you know, it's just like I have this camera attached to my helmet. I'm making these videos, you know, I have, that's a responsibility I see for myself as well. So, you know, definitely a learning experience there. Definitely just kind of getting better all around at this Havu motovlog thing and all the things that it encompasses. So please bear with me, guys. This is a learning experience for me. Thank you very much. That's it. I mean, just going around the coast, nothing really notable to discuss. It was super hot that day as well when I left Sacramento, so I took the highway all the way back just for that extra breeze, I guess. It was over 105 degrees that day, I believe. Once you get to the coast, it's beautiful, perfect weather. It's like 20 degrees, I feel like, cooler. So that was cool. It was very crowded. On a Saturday at the beach, at the coastline. I mean, you know, you probably wouldn't even know COVID-19 was going on, honestly. There was a lot of traffic because it's a one-way, it's like a 2-lane road along the coast, and sometimes the 2-lane road becomes a one-lane road, and there were a lot of opportunities to like lane split and cut across traffic, or, you know, cut the line, I guess. And I did that sometimes, but a lot of the times I just don't feel comfortable doing that yet, especially in an area that I'm not familiar with. And it's just, I don't know. I guess people like were wondering. A couple times people even said to me, this guy drove by and he was wondering why I was waiting in traffic. He was like, just go, dude. And, you know, I was just like, I felt kind of silly not going. But I don't know. I just wasn't very comfortable doing that. So that was something interesting that happened. I felt like a real newbie there, just sitting in line. There was a lot of motorcyclists out there, trying to enjoy the windy roads, and pretty much all of them would just pass the line or lane split and cut through traffic. But I only did that once, and it was actually because the guy in front of me actually stuck his hand out the window and told me to go. He was like basically saying like, "Why are you waiting in line, dude? Just go." And that was pretty cool of him, just I guess maybe he assumed that I was a new rider and I didn't like know that I could or should do that. But I guess it's a thing with the motorcycles as well. You don't want them to overheat. They weren't really designed to stay in one spot without moving for too long. Even now, these liquid cooled and these modern motorcycles generally won't have an issue with that. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But most of the time, I just shut off my engine and tried to enjoy the view like a happy little newbie, too scared to lane split. But yeah, guys, I think that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the footage. I hope you do well this next week without the Havu Moto vlog. I'm sure you'll live. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments below. I certainly will have access to my phone. Probably be checking that, in the evenings or something like that. So everyone stay happy, stay healthy, and I wish you unlimited joy on your motorcycling journey wherever it may take you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.